Good evening everyone, welcome to USA Championship round 19. 4 to go including this one, just had League 1. I'm off the back of a podium of the season, first of the season, whoop whoop, at last. But yeah, young Tommy dominated that race, didn't he? And yeah, frightening thing for some of these guys that he's racing again in the championship. One of the 4 reserves we've got tonight, and Weisheng isn't racing as well. Once we're in the session we'll go through the whole of the grid, but we are all good to go, so let's all get readied up and we can get starting. Get started. Theo saying, can't we go? Yeah, just said that, mate, we can go. Evening to Theo, who is in the racing point, of course. And there we go, 10 drivers are readied up now, so we are getting started. I can still hear myself echo a bit. You have to turn it down a bit more.
I'll turn it down. Is that better?
Hello? Yes, a bit better. Yeah, we're having technical problems. Basically, I can just hear myself echo because he's so deaf. Bradfield is. He has to turn his up so loud so I can actually hear myself on echo. But yeah, we're all going for the championship then. We only had one DNF, no safety cars at all in the previous race in League 1, so yeah, surprisingly clean for a track that is very hard to race in Sector 1 especially. But yeah, you'll definitely see some overtakes here today in both DRS zones. It is quite powerful, and setups really vary as well. I get absolutely swamped because my setup was slow. I think I was running on 5.7 or 7.5, not sure which way round. But and we have sun, unlike the wet qualifying we had in League 1. Not sure what the weather's going to be like for the race. Obviously drivers can't see it yet because then it's probably not loaded in yet. But yeah, time to look through the drivers then for tonight. Red Bull is a very makeshift team. Weisheng, the ultimate pace master in P2 I think in the stands, he's not racing tonight. Neither is Adam, who's going to be ready. He's going to go down to League 1 next season, it looks like, doesn't it? So both Red Bulls are made up of Bradfield and Dylan. Dylan, who's I finished about 3/10 ahead of him for the podium in League 1, so he's had to practice round here recently. So both Red Bulls reserves. We've also got where is he? Tommy, as we mentioned, in the Ferrari replacing Farf tonight. Dry race as well, we just hear. And then we have also got Welsh Maldonado in the Haas today, who's replacing Mo, who dropped out late on unfortunately. But that's our 4 reserves tonight. Be even more of a makeshift grid tomorrow for the Premier League. I think we've got about 8 reserves coming in, only 12 of the full-time races. Yeah, Bradfield is retiring. Welsh Maldonado, as she's already said, that she's going to be starting at the back as well. Welsh Maldonado is already 20th, so Bradfield will start ahead of her. Bradfield's up in second. I don't know how it determines this, but always Bradfield ends up towards the top when we come in at the beginning of quali.
It can predict the future, mate. That's all.
And obviously, as we saw in ALR a couple of weeks ago, we had a full quali ban and ended up starting 12th.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy that.
I think they should have given you another full quali ban after that.
Nah,
cheating out of it. Tommy saying rain 45 minutes in the race.
Was it? Oh, it's a dry line.
And Plotter's saying it as well. Well, no, you've just probably not waited until it's flicked over to the wet. But anyway, Argentina is the first driver out on the track. In the Alfa Romeo. Been incredible, hasn't he, since he's been back in the seat full time. Sloth in the comments saying he ain't saying nothing. I think he probably referring to the fact that Weisheng's not raced tonight. Weisheng and Sloth have been at it, haven't they, side by side pretty much the whole season. It's been incredible. Of course, Liam's been right up there too. He's started the season especially strong. Liam, he's, well, mind you, he's only the last 2 races where he's not been on the podium. He was, sorry, last 3 races he's not been on the podium. 3 races before he was into the standings. Sloth is top with 300 points, 44 clear of Weisheng. So Sloth could pull even further clear today. He can't win the title today, even with a win, but he can make himself in an almost unsaleable position. Liam's 12 points further back from Weisheng. We already know they're the 3 getting promoted. Jake's in 4th, Equaz 5th, Plotter's 6th, McKenty 7th, Argentina 8th. Of course, he's got points, especially from the 2 podiums he got the first 2 races of the season. when he was in a full-time seat. Shadow's 9th, Tree Slayer 10th after just 3 races with us. Tree Slayer. He's already up in the 10th. 3 podiums he's got. Towards the bottom is Woods, Modu, Adam, Vintage, Mushroom. The bottom 5, of course, a couple of those names have only done a few races in the championship this season, though. And Argentina's now coming across to start his lap there. And of course, we'll go through it. Obviously, last week was Japan, wasn't it? We had those horrible weather conditions. Those, what is it, soft? Is it dry enough for the softs? Is it too wet for the softs? In the end, Sloth won it, Tree Slayer second, and Irish New Potato getting his first podium in WNR as well. That was an absolute cracker of a race. Hope for more of the same here today in USA. And Argentina's first one to start his lap. We'll see a lot of invalidations today, a lot of time penalties. It wouldn't surprise me if they decided quite a few important matters in this race, time penalties. Even to Dylan, even to Mushroom, even to Plotters saying he's getting Suzuka flashbacks. He wasn't, I don't think Plotters was a big fan last week, was he? Of those conditions in Suzuka.
Well, it's not the best free tracks coming up either, is it?
It's Singapore next week, isn't it?
Singapore, Mexico and Abu Dhabi, I think. Brilliant.
I like Singapore. I don't mind Abu Dhabi. I hate Mexico.
I like Singapore. I like Mexico. I haven't really, like I said, I've only done one race in Abu Dhabi this year, so not keen on it, but
both Alfa Romeos are on laps at the moment, first of which is Argentina, who are on board with. And again, if you're new to us, see his name is Irish ADHD. He nearly went 4 wheels off there.
Yeah.
But yeah, previous name is Argentina, because we've got another name, Irish, who's also on a lap. We just keep it simple and call him Argentina. Yeah, Welsh Maldonado has retired in the pits as well, so she will be starting last unless somebody gets disqualified. Here goes Argentina then. He comes onto the straight. It's a 1:31.1 from Argentina. Next up is going to be Shadders in the Renault. Shadders, who's struggled a bit more of late, started the season really well. He's getting decent points most races, but he's still, well, he's number 9 in his car, and that's where he's in the standings as well. And he comes across the line. It's a 1:31.9 there for Shadders. Of course, there's an extra opportunity tonight to get through out of Q1 with 2 already retiring. Next one is going to be Plotters in the other Alfa Romeo, nearly 4 wheels wide there, pushing it to limits. Here goes Plotters then. DRS is open, crosses the line, and he does his teammate by half a second there. Really quality lap. Young Tommy's not going to be next. It's going to be Tree Slayer in the other Ferrari, and he's invalidated his time, so he's going to set another lap. Next up is going to be Ayrton, and Sloth's in the pits, and Ayrton's coming to the pits too. He's invalidated. Must have only had 1 lap of fuel in the car. Irish New Potato then, off the back of that podium, does a 1:30.2, yeah, and he'll be looking to go one better than a podium today, especially if Vice Shane not races. It creates a huge opportunity. Young Tommy then's next. Here goes Tommy, and I think he's got a great chance tonight. He's up to P3, splits the Alfa Romeos. A dominant win he took in League 1, and he's going to be in this league full time next year as Equos goes up to 4th. Again, good, another chance for Tommy to prove his worth, and a sneak preview of what he might be able to do next season in that car.
Yeah, I think young Tommy will be a contender for the title next season, definitely.
Of course, Vice Shane, Sloth and Liam won't be in this league next season. We don't know which 3 are coming down yet from the Premier League, but we'll find out pretty soon. I think that's the Renault coming to the pits. Yeah, it is. That's Shadders. And yeah, I'm not sure if anyone's actually on a lap at the moment. Tree Slayer is going again, and he's invalidated again, Tree Slayer. So it's not the best of starts for him. We know Tree Slayer usually fuels up a good few laps in this early run, so it's not too much of a problem for him. So I think he will be going again. He'll probably come into the pits now and prove me wrong, but yeah, he is staying out as we thought. Yeah, we got no one else actually on a lap, have we? Next to start the lap is going to be, no, it's not going to be McKenty, it's going to be Liam. Must be Liam. There we go. We're going to watch Liam's lap. Here goes Liam then. Crosses the line. Already promoted Liam. He's going to have to do a lot of work to catch Sloth to win the championship. Oh, he's gone very wide there, down to turn 1.
I think he just enjoys racing now, to be fair, Liam.
Yeah, he's take it back, enjoy the stroll.
Enjoy it, yeah.
Not taking too much of the curbs there, Liam. Keeping it cautious, wanting to get a lap set first as a priority, as long as you get a lap on the board. And this is an awkward one here, and yeah, he's invalidated on it as well. It's an awkward one. You can, if you hit too much of the curb, you can invalidate and spin.
You can't have two wheels on that, and that'll invalidate.
If you go too wide, you're going to lose so much time. It is a horrible turn there, as Liam has just found out himself. Next one we're going to go on board with, who's after Liam, is going to be, is that a Red Bull on the lap? That's Dylan still on out lap. Sloth is on a lap low. He's down in sector 2. We're going to watch Sloth. Here's the first DRS zone of 2. You have one, of course, coming onto the straight. Going past their Ferris wheel. Seen lots of incidents down in this corner before. I think one most recently was Magnussen and Leclerc, wasn't it? A couple of years ago. People diving down the inside. That can cause a couple of spins around here. And this is where it gets really slow under the braking. Easy to lose traction here as well. And then this is a funny corner. There's loads of space to dive down the inside here. But then you can, if you put the power down there, you can just go flying into that wall on the other side. Sloth's got a bit of traffic in front. I don't think it's going to hold him up too much. Might give him a nice little tow. Not sure if it's his teammate. It might be his teammate Ayrton. I think it is. No, it's not. It's a Haas actually. It must be Vintage, and it is. Sloth's catching up to him quickly though. Vintage, who's also on a lap. Vintage crosses the line, goes up to 8th. Sloth goes up to 2nd. He's 3 tenths off Irish New Potato then. Dylan is just on an out lap. They've got a racing point. That must be Cryptic. He's just on an out lap as well. McKenty's invalidated his lap, so it's not gone well for both McLarens. Liam is going again. Serious Mushrooms coming into sector 2. He's in the middle of sector 2 actually. So we'll watch Mushroom. This track should be on regular track limits. Yeah, saying Argentina. Yeah, it is a tough one, this, isn't it? I mean, this game's ridiculous in the sense that regular track limits just let. And Irish is retired in the pits. Yeah, he's safe. Oh, yeah. And Serious Mushrooms getting. Well, I hope Jake Slade didn't hold him up there.
Oh no, not this.
On his lap, he's up to P8. He might have done by a couple of attempts there. I'm not too sure. Don't want to jump to conclusions, but I wonder if Mushroom would be nice letting Jake back pass. But yeah, he looked like he might have been on the racing line there. We'll watch Jake the Slayer's lap then. We'll go on board with him. And Mushroom might be going again as Ayrton goes up to P9 then, so Ayrton does get a time on the board. Only about 8 minutes left in the session, only 11 times on the board so far. Vintage was a couple of seconds off the pace. I'm sure Vintage has got more pace in the bag than that. He might get a lovely turbo low Jake Slade down the straight. I think he's going to get a nice tow off Serious Mushroom. This will help him. You just see the Red Bull of Dylan go up to P8 as well. Another driver who's going to be in this league full time next year, Dylan. Don't know which order they'll be promoted in terms of League 1, but let's focus on the Championship now. As Liam's up to P11. Cryptic went up to P10 just now. Yeah, Liam set his time quite a while ago, missed that. But yeah, that was on his second run. I don't think Liam's going to be safe there. I said that a few times this year in Q1, but he never goes out. He always finds a way. Yeah, I think Mushroom's doing a second run here, unless he's doing just doing a really quick in lap. And there's a few cars gaining in sector 1. Yeah, I think Mushroom is doing another lap. So see if Mushroom improves here. It wouldn't surprise me if he did. Mushroom crosses line. He does, and Jake Desai goes up to 7th. I think Serious Mushroom just improved. He did, yeah, by 31 hundredths. There we go. Jake's up to 8th. Mushroom up to 10th then. Gains a little bit of time in doing that. Tree Slayer did go up to P4, by the way. He is doing a practice race run, as we thought, as he usually does. Plotters is back out, I presume just on the scrubs. He looks safety through. If we're in the 130s, then I'm going to say you're safe. Woods then is on a lap in sector 1. It is, yeah. I wonder if we'll see times in the 129s in Q3. I mean, if Shane was here, I wouldn't doubt it, but can Irish or Sloth get into those 129s? That's a big question. We've got a lot of cars out on the track as well. McKenty being one, back on an out lap. Theo's on a lap 2, he's just started it. We're going to stay on board with... Oh, actually, Shadow's further in front. He's just in front of his teammate. We've got Haas going through sector 3 as well. And that is Vintage. And he's now coming to the pits. McLaren and McKenty's about to start his lap. And we've got the racing point. That is Cryptic Alibi, and he's invalidated. So he's coming in the pits too. We don't have an Alfa Romeo. That's Plotters just on his out laps. Then it's a Red Bull of Dylan on his in lap. And then next up are the 2 Renaults. So we'll go and board. Shadow's actually down by a couple of attempts. Woods, of course, is up on his time after his first lap being a banker lap. He's kept it validated, Woods. Be interesting to see how much time he can get.
Gearbox glitch.
He hasn't for me, and he's up to P12. So yeah, not safe there, Woods, but he does just get ahead of Liam, puts more pressure on Liam. Mushroom is coming to the pits. Yeah, we're at a bit of a low now in terms of the session. Most cars are in the pits at this stage, saving up for one more run if they need it. Yeah, Theo, where is Theo? We'll watch him because he's next after the Ferrari of Tree Slayer, who now finally comes into the pits. Pushing it to the limits there, Theo. Yeah, it's looked quicker lately, last couple of weeks. Of course, he won in ALR, didn't he? And he goes up to P6 here. It's a quality time from Theo. Yeah, congrats to Theo, of course. He did win in ALR, didn't he, in bronze on Tuesday. In, what track was it? Mexico, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a good watch, that was, Theo. Did brilliantly.
Might be in with a shout next week then. Is it Mexico next week?
It is Mexico next week, yeah. We'll see a track he likes, and he's looking quick here too as well. We said anything in the 130s is safe. And there's quality pace there. He's only a few tenths off Sloth in P2. McLaren next, McKenty then the only one yet to set a time, and he crosses the line, and McKenty's up to P10. He's borderline whether he's safe there. Yeah, Jake Argentina, McKenty, I think will be umming and ahhing, especially with Liam further down because he's definitely got more pace. But yeah, Dylan I think Mushroom, will have to come out again. Dylan and Mushroom are going to have to come out again. Yeah, but McKenty, Argentina, I'm not sure they're safe. In fact, I think Jake will be safe there.
Yeah.
So Renault's next to cross the line. Woods is just going for another run, I think. The rest, we've got McKenty just on in that outlaps for Mushroom and Vintage. Yeah, Mushroom does not think he's safe there as we thought. We'll watch an overhead view of Woods' lap. Rain in 10 to 15 minutes, Jeff now saying for Dylan. So we might see rain in Q2 even. It might just be a wet Q3. Quickly saying welcome to USA. Sucks. Yeah, it's not the best, is it? Plotters on a hot lap. Plotters, he is on a hot lap actually. So Sloth going down the straight at the moment, aren't they?
Sloth, I don't know why you're going out again, mate. You're safe.
Just practice, isn't it? Practice for the practice for a Q3 run. Woods now coming down the straight, then a little lock up on the left front. I don't know how Pit will race with ABS off. 2.5 temps upwards as well. Oh, and he starts to slide a little bit there, so I think he'd have lost a lot of that time.
Pushing it a little bit there.
He is pushing it. He is known to spin, and Sloth goes P1 for 132. So there we go. He's gone to prove his pace, and he's got it in abundance, isn't he, Sloth? 130.2. So far, looks like a pole battle between himself and Irish New Potato. Woods push it to the limits. A good sector 3, but after that little wobble going to that awkward corner in starting sector 3, lost some time, and he's up to P11, gains 4.5 temps. If it weren't for that wobble, it'd have been safe, I think. He might be safe as it is anyway, though, Woods, on his 4th lap on those tyres as well. Good time effort, Woods. He's got really good pace. It's just a shame he can't put it together, and he's on -8 points, -9 points even on the standings because of that. Plotters come into the pits then, so we abandon that, and now we have got cars going out. Liam's got enough time for 2 runs. Don't know if he's got enough fuel for 2 runs, so that's not Mushroom. In fact, that's the other Alpha Tauri of Equaz, and he's just started the lap Equaz. He's safe. I'm sure he's safe in P7, but on Ayrton's going wide and Crypto's going wide. They're just on out laps. I think they're moving out of the way for McKenty, who's gone for another. Well, he's only on out lap himself actually. Red Bull's next across the line. That's Dylan. He's just starting his lap low. This is where it gets interesting.
Follow serious Mushroom now.
Young Tommy's just retired in the pits as well. He's definitely safe. So next up we've got Sloth. Sorry, Sloth's just on in that, but then got Haas. Vintage is on a lap. He's 4.5 temps up. He needs a good couple of seconds though if he's the challenge to get through. And he's looking incredibly slow through that corner there. I'm not sure this is going to be enough for Vintage. He crosses the line and he goes 2.5 temps faster, so he's still a second off Shadders. Shadders himself, he's on a lap at the moment, but he's not up. Theo's retired in the pits. Mushroom, where's he gone? He's 13th.
13th for 14 validators lap. They went really wide.
He is going again though. He has got time to go again. Shadders, he's not going to be next. In fact, it's going to be the McLaren, and that's Liam. And you'd expect Liam to set a lap that's going to put him safe. He needs a good... Well, he's 15th currently, but he's in danger. He crossed the line. There we go. Liam's up to 7th. Liam is absolutely safe. Shadow's going to be next 2.5 temps up. He needs it as well to get ahead of Ayrton, and he goes 7 temps quicker up into P14. That's a quality lap. We've got Equos now going up to P3. Good time from Equos. The track is getting quicker all the time here.
Nice.
McKenty, yeah, just on his outlay, will have time to get there, of course, because we've got about 40 seconds behind. We have Cryptic Alibi now starting his lap as well, so they're going to be the last ones to start a lap. Dylan is half a second up. Half a second up as he comes into the last corner. Yellow flag. I'm quite sure that's 4. Dylan crossing the line. P3 for Dylan. Brilliant effort there from Dylan. Argentina's next. He's down his time, and he didn't even need to set a time, so he stays in 11th, and he's going to be safely through. We then have, I think that's Vintage. Vintage is going slowly as well, so he's not going to be getting through. Tree Slayer's seen a checkered flag. Serious Mushroom 15th then. I think he's going slow. He's going slow. Yeah, he's going slow. So it's down to Cryptic and Ayrton to push out Serious Mushroom. Shadow's in 14th, looking incredibly good. Then he's up on his. He's slightly down now on his time anyway. But yeah, Mushroom could be in trouble there. Cryptic's not up on his time. Ayrton is just in front of Cryptic on the track as well. And now coming out of sector 2, and Ayrton's half a second up here, but he needs a tenth or 2 more just to push Mushroom out. And then don't forget, Cryptic, of course, will then set a lap 2. So it's between Shadows, Cryptic, and Ayrton by the looks of it. If it could even be Woods if all 3 of them improve by enough. But Cryptic needs to find some time. Ayrton then comes through the final couple of corners. Bit wide coming onto the straight, but he manages to level the car up nicely. He crosses the line, he's up to 11th, and Ayrton is safely through. Brilliant lap there. And Cryptic, I'm not sure he's up on his time here. Again, he gets a nice exit, and he's out. Cryptic's out, he couldn't improve. And Mushroom is out too. Shadows, of course, crossed the line. He didn't improve, but he didn't need to. By 1900ths, he pushes out Serious Mushroom. So Mushroom, Cryptic, and Vintage join Bradfield and Welsh Maldonado. Both Hasses going out here early on. But both Renault getting through as well, which is something that's good for them, because they've not been the best of teams in quali for the last few weeks, but they're both through to Q2, which is good to see. Yeah, both Renaults only just getting through though, aren't they? Really close in the end. And yeah, it's less than a tenth and a half between Argentina and going out in the end, even though he's up in 12th. So I can see why he went out on the track, but the track definitely warmed up there towards the end of the session. Got a lot quicker, didn't it? And Equals saying, sorry if he blocked Ayrton in turn 1, but yeah, at least he does make the point. Ayrton made it through anyway, so I'm glad it didn't affect him.
So first to 13th was less than a second. I know it's a big gap in Formula 1, but it's quite... Well,
yeah, the gap, I mean, the top 2, I think that's going to be our pole fight between Sloth and Irish, because unless someone else can challenge him, unless someone's... maybe Tree Slayer possibly, because of course he did his lap on about 3 or 4 lap old tyres, didn't he, on that first run with a lot of fuel on board. But
depends if they're all going to start on softs. It's probably soft medium or medium soft, isn't it? So
there's 6 temps between 6 temps between the rest if you take out that top 2. So yeah, incredibly close. As it was, when was it? Was it last week? They were all close as well in Japan, wasn't it?
It's close, same as ALR and Silver. It's close, isn't it?
And the skies are getting darker. I think everyone's going to have to go out pretty quick here. Because it is getting, look, it's getting dark.
Right. There's a little bit of blue sky. Depends what Jeff says. Can you trust him, though?
I wouldn't. But yeah, lots going to the medium. So yeah, they've got to get out straight away. The ones that want to start in the medium. So if it does go wrong, they need time to come back in and go for it. And going through in a soft ain't the worst thing here, because there's also the option of a 2-stopper, which can work. I mean, Crazy Bill got P2, didn't he, in League 1? I think he did a 2-stopper. I mean, he's got incredible pace, but he did do it comfortably in the end.
Yeah,
so
it's going out, so
they're all flying out, aren't they?
Jeff is piping up a little bit here, isn't he?
Yes, yeah. I don't think those skies are looking too good. I think we're going to get rain in a few minutes. There's breaks in the clouds, but some of those clouds are pretty dark. And yeah, Irish already cutting the corners to get out, to try and get as quick as he can to the line to start his lap.
Yeah, so
I'm not sure if Irish saw those scrubs though.
How far the rain is.
We don't. I don't think they do either. Their only source is Jeff. That's not the most reliable, is it? Hate this place so mushroom. I hate it too. Hate it too. I got lapped when I raced here in ALR last week, the week before, whenever it was. Horrible track this. And yeah, they are all going really quick on their outlap. They're not looking at even saving these tyres, and they're all on outlap too, apart from Jake the Slayer, who's sat in the pits, probably reading the newspaper. Not the weather article, at least, in it. But everyone is going out straight away, so that does indicate rain is coming pretty soon. It makes
it more exciting, doesn't it, when it's like this?
It does. It's all go. The pressure's on, because if you invalidate, you're in trouble. It does make it a lot more exciting. People battling for position out. Oh, Liam sliding a bit there. He did well to save that. That is awkward, that turn.
So Irish committing to softs.
Yeah, he normally does a scrub run, but I should think he is going for it. Anyway, Liam is first. Actually, no, Equaz. Who's first on their times? Equaz. No, it's Plotters. Plotters on the softs then. They're watching Irish go around his outlap. We didn't see that. Oh, it's a rubbish camera view, but Plotters, because the onboard camera a little bit wide coming through. Oh,
yeah, it's really got dark now.
It's really dark now, isn't it? Yeah, this is going to be the only lap I think we might see. We might see a premature end to Q2, unless some drivers want to do practice laps, of course. And Shadows is coming in the pits already, so I wonder if he's going to quickly change to the softs. So it has got a lot darker in the last minute. It's a good lap, a good sector one so far for Plotters. We've got yellow flags just for cars slowing down to try and get position before they start their lap. Down the straight then for Plotters. DRS open. There won't be DRS available for much longer. Plotters being the first one. It's just got to set a decent lap. Of course, I want to worry about the tyre wear. It must be close to it. The sun's still trying to shine through, but that'll be gone soon. And Plotters, this is awkward, that turn, isn't it? Turn 15. It's absolutely horrible. Now into turn 16 and 17 and 18. The old Raikkonen on Verstappen move we saw a good few years ago. That was heartbreaking.
There's smoke
wasn't it?
Back of his car.
I can't see
it.
I think that's you drinking that.
No, you
Put
see
the bottle down. Plotters is a 130.7. There we go. I think he's got a couple more temps in him that. But Equaz next 131.9. He's on the mediums though, Equaz. Next is Jake. No, it's not. It might be Irish actually. It is Irish. He's invalidated his time. So he's going to have to go again, Irish. That's not ideal, especially meaning he'll have to start on 2 lap old softs now, as we see Tommy come through, Ayrton come through. He's gone for the softs as well. Tree Slayer's gone to softs, and he looks like he's going to be through. Sloth in 6th. He's done a banker lap. Liam's done a banker lap too. And was that a car flying into the gravel? Not sure, but Equaz has invalidated. He's just on a lap anyway. So Sloth and Liam need to get their skates on. Irish has invalidated again. So Irish is in trouble here. We thought this could be the battle of the poles. Theo does 132.3 in 7th. Not great there for Theo. He's not being able to keep up his form from Q1. They've got a couple of cars getting out of the way in sector 1. Argentina goes up to 7th on the mediums, and then we see Woods go up to 4th on the softs. We could have a few drivers here in Q3 that are going to be surprising. I mean, Woods and Ayrton looking good at the moment, and they're rarely in Q3, so it'd be good achievement if they can.
Slayer's invalidated as well.
Jake the Slayer's invalidated. It's not looking good for both Mercedes drivers at the moment, is it? McKenty's still in the pits. Liam's on another lap on the soft, so it's not looking great for either McLaren at the moment. Sloth is going again. He's not invalidated.
It's like a race, isn't it?
It is like a race. This is non-stop, but Sloth needs to be careful not to make a mistake here in sector 3, because if he invalidates here, I think the rain might start to come. That dreaded turn 17 or 16, can't remember. Yeah, I think Sloth's going to set this lap this time, but it's not ideal starting on 2 lap old softs. It might be committing to a 2-stopper, and Sloth goes a bit wide there too, but manages to pull it back without losing too much time. Comes onto the straight then, and yeah, Sloth is looking good, isn't he? Crosses the line and he goes up to P1, 130.4. He'd be starting on 2 lap old softs, but he's going to be through at least. And Dylan's in 4th. Didn't see that. Dylan up to 4th on the softs as well. Look at this. Cars just moving out of the way. Woods is in the pits. Tommy's in the pits. Irish has come in the pits. Jake the Slayer's going again on these soft tyres though. He just wants to get through. McKenty's on an outlap on the softs too, as the rain still holds off. Theo's in the pits. Equals is coming to the pits. Liam in P9 has got damage. Liam's got damage. I'm not sure how he's done that, but it's just started raining as well. So Liam could be okay. I think Irish New Potato is in big trouble. In fact, all the cars that are out are in trouble at the moment. This might not change. Jake the Slave on the softs has still got a course this lap where the track will be okay, because when it starts to rain, it might feel a bit greasy on the surface, but it dries up almost instantly because of the heat of the track. It's only once it starts raining for a couple of minutes you start to feel the effect of it. So yeah, this is. I'd be surprised we see big changes. Irish New Potato is on and out up on the medium, so he thinks he's still got enough pace to get through. He is cutting the corners to try and get to the line quickly. This is going to be tough. Shadders goes up to 7th, so there we go. There's still pace in this track. Shadders up to 7th. Look at that. Dylan, Woods, Ayrton and Shadders all going through to Q3 at the moment. I think there's been a time in this season a couple of times where there have been the drivers going out in Q1. So this would really throw the cat amongst the pigeons. Mushroom saying, hate this place, glad I'm out, points all bin it. See you soon, League One saying Mushrooms. Mushroom's not going anywhere.
Yeah, Jake the Slayer's gone 5th, so there's still a bit.
He has, yeah, we'll see. I was busy looking at the comments. Jake the Slayer up to 5th then. And Liam's retired. Liam's retired in the pits then, so he's not retired in the pits, he's retired about to come in the pits, so he is out.
There's no pressure on Liam.
I say, yeah, no pressure. He's already promoted, and the rain has started to come down a lot more, so I understand why he's pulled the plug on it, basically, because there's definitely no way he can improve anymore. Sloth's coming to the pits too. Not quite sure why he went out again, but possibly to try and beat his time on the fresher set of softs to start the race on. Irish New Potato then, I'm not sure he's going to be able to challenge much because that rain has started to come down. Not heavy, but enough to make a difference. Theo's still in the pits, so not been good for Theo. McKenty then, you can see he's being a lot more cautious. Yeah, the rain's already taking an effect now.
Oh, Liam is left.
Here goes McKenty. Liam's left. He's got spare invites. Dylan's retired too in the pits. Yeah, he thinks it's all done. Theo's retired too. He thinks he's done. What can McKenty do? I don't think he's going to be able to do much. He's sliding, open to DRS, crosses the line, and he's only 14th. Look at that. He's not going to be able to get through. Irish New Potato, I think he's going out here. And I think this looks pretty done, this session. Irish have to be incredibly cautious now in these conditions as well. If he doesn't lose it, I mean, he's got nothing to lose in the day. He's 15th. It can't get any worse if he does spin out and crash. Just trying as much as he can. He's taking a couple of corners nicely here though, Irish. So
yeah, he's keeping it smooth, isn't he?
Yeah, you can just see the rain's carrying off now in the braking zone as well. I can't see this doing anything this time from Irish, but at least he could possibly challenge to try and get ahead of McKenty. He's done well in this lap regarding the conditions until now.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's it, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's keeping it out of the wall. He's done really well to keep it out of the wall, but it's just saying he's done really well in these conditions. Until then, it looks all done, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yep, Sloth's retiring the pits, so I think we will be done. And yeah, Irish now is just... That car's obviously overheating now, and so it looks like it's going to be 15th. I wonder if anyone's going to... We've seen a lot retire in the pits already, but I wonder if anyone's going to flick to the inters for the last few minutes of this session. If it's going to be a wet Q3 and try and practice. Bradfield just wants to get on with things.
Yeah, let's get it.
Yeah, everyone is now in the pits. Tommy's retired. Irish, ADHD. Oh, McKenty's spun it as well. Yeah, McKenty's had a spin there as well. So it's looking all done. Yeah, Argentina. Just waiting for him to come in the pits, and then Jake the Slayer, Woods and Shadders in the pits too. Yeah, everyone wants to get on with this early, don't they? Come on, boys, retire. So yeah, that's confirmation of who's going through, and that Equaz just getting through ahead of Liam in P10. Sloth's through. Treeslay's through, Plotters is through,
Woods.
Dylan, Jake, Woods,
Well done, Woods.
Ayrton, Shadders, Tommy and Equaz. So Sloth's looking favourite for pole. Wonder if anyone can challenge him. We'll just wait. I think Jake, Woods and Shadders are going to be the people that make us wait, aren't they?
It's got to be Woods. Desperate for the points. Needs it.
Shadders is gone. Oh, look at the two we're waiting for.
Oh, for God's
Wonder
sake.
which one's going to be annoying and put the inters on and go for a lap. Well, this is fun.
Jake
Sat
Slayer,
there watching
Woods,
this.
Retire. Can't be busy now, Jake. Come on. No, they don't realise that everyone else is retired.
I think they do. I think they're just doing it.
Come on, boys. The rest are waiting.
Well, gives us opportunity to talk about next season, isn't it? So, let's say Sunday, we're going to get... Yeah, Jake Slayer started talking in the comments. Retire the effing car. Thank you.
There he is. He's done it.
Woods.
Woods. Oh, he doesn't
No,
pay attention anyway,
he's
Woods.
probably on busy.
Woods, come on, mate.
So Tommy and Equaz can be starting on the mediums, by the way. The rest are on the soft. So well done to Tommy and Equaz. Managing to get through. Just leave. Yeah, Tree Slayer. It'd be splendid if we could go forward. Yeah, even Tree Slayer.
Oh,
Woods, come on.
Someone tag Woods.
I've already
He doesn't look
messaged
at it
him.
anyway, does he?
He
No,
just someone messaged him on place. He's probably talking in the session, having a. Oh, well, yeah. Next to what we're saying, Sunday we're going to start with the awards. So Sunday night we're going to have our first award put out in announcements. Everyone in the server can vote for it for each league. So we don't know which one it's going to be released on Sunday yet, and there'll be one Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday up till Friday, and then obviously the results will be announced in a couple of weeks when we have our end of season video where we look through who's won each. Like I say, we get one vote each. Looking forward to that being released. There's some interesting ones. It was really hard to decide, and we still might have to have a look at adding a couple from this weekend. We've already had a couple of things I saw in League One and USA that you might have to put up possibly for overtake, or maybe not so much performance, something anyone. I think driver of the day it gave to someone who only gained 3 positions. Notice that in a championship as well, is no one's done like a P20 to P1 or anything like that, close to that even, like Cowie did last year, of course, in the Premier League, 20th to first in Austria in that epic race we had last year as well. 13th to first, I think it was Ayrton, wasn't it, in Mexico? Of course, Mexico next week. We said about Theo looking forward to it. I think Ayrton's going to be looking forward to it as well. 50 seconds ago. Come on, what else can we say? Would you twonk, saying Theo. Yeah. He knows he's doing it. He's probably sat there looking at it, laughing. Yes, Woods, you're in Q3. Excellent.
I don't think
Is there
he
a bottle
realises
opener
actually
trophy?
Q3,
Is there a bottle opener trophy for Bradfield?
There should be.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you've been nominated for any awards, although you've been mixing between the leagues all season, so
Yeah,
difficult
I don't
to.
expect anything anyway.
But yeah, we
Well,
did
you
put,
never know,
did
I
put a
could
message
get-
out earlier. Award to driver of the season, overtake the season, performance of the season, most consistent.
Yeah, it counts about a lot of them, to be honest with you.
WNR award, which is, I know we say it for the initials, but it's basically for somebody who's been working hard all season, racing well, keeping it clean, turning up always, never causes trouble. And then the
Well,
other
I think
one,
I'm
I can't remember.
Keeping it clean, I'm not too bad, to be fair.
Yeah,
Turning up is alright. Yeah, I turn up every single race. I get a reward for that.
yeah. When we say
Not consistent, no.
when we say
Definitely not.
consistently, we don't mean consistently bad. So unfortunately, you're not up for that one. There we go then. Confirmation of who's going through and who's not. And yeah, big shame to see Irish New Potato down in 15th, because it really looked like it's going to be a pole battle between him and Sloth. And Sloth's got a big advantage now to extend his lead at the top as well. I would say he's having a smoke.
Well, that's him out of the race already then. You know what he's smoking.
Don't mind a chip, buddy. Yeah, we had a bad day today. I had chips for lunch, and now I had chips for the market for lunch and McDonald's for dinner. Not been very good today. Oh, what's the other award? I've got to have a look. Can't remember. Most improved. There we go. That's the other award. And yeah, a lot of different people have been nominated as well. So, oh, are we on dry tyres still? Are we still on dry? Yes, we are.
I think we are.
So they've got to get out there quickly. Unless it was only a minor shower, so I can't actually see any raindrops. Unless the track might be drying up here. I don't know. Maybe drivers will tell us in the comments, but the track might be drying up. If not, it might be getting even wetter soon, so I want to get out as soon as possible. I don't know if they're going to rush to get out, though. In fact, there's only one car out at the moment. That's a Williams. And that is Sloth, the favourite for pole position. Others now following. Sloth then in a Williams, and a great, so he scored points in every single race apart from that first one in Australia. He did finish the race as well. Yeah, more cars coming out onto the track, and just three left in the pits. Jake, Woods and Shadows, the three that actually made us wait along before they were retiring, but so yeah, they're waiting even more now.
Jake,
I wonder if they're back. Pole
Pole
position, I'm gonna go for Sloth, but I'll keep an eye on Tree Slayer. Definitely keep an eye on Tree Slayer.
I'm going to go for Sloth, Tree Slayer, and then Young Tommy.
Yeah, well, pole positions this season, there's only 3 drivers that have got pole position, and out of those 3, there's only 1 in Q3. 10 for Vaisheng, 10 pole positions. Of course, he's not racing tonight. 3 for Liam, who's going to be in 11th, and then 4 for Sloth, who is now about to start his lap to try and make it 5. So that's the pole position statistics so far this season. I wonder if Sloth's going to make it 5. That'd be remarkable if we get 18. We can go the whole season nearly with just the 3 drivers that are going to get promoted getting pole positions. They have dominated, haven't they? Always got a bit out of line there, Sloth, hasn't he?
Yeah.
All it takes, yeah, it has dried up, hasn't it? It's completely dry now. So yeah, it's a normal Q3. He's made up for it there, though, Sloth. He's taken that corner beautifully there. But yeah, as soon as you lose one of those corners in the S's, the rest of the sequence goes. Yeah, still the same 3 in the pits. Dylan about across the line. All the other 7 cars are on a lap, including Sloth here in that Williams. Open his DRS. The championship leader, who's also racing here tomorrow as well. So another opportunity to show his pace in the Prem. And we see, is that Plotters?
Oh,
Plotters is invalidated and gone off, and Sloth's invalidated.
Sloth hasn't voted yet.
Wow, so Sloth's invalidated too. Maybe feeling the pressure of expecting him to get pole position. That's happened for a while with Vaisheng around, but Equaz is going to be next then. We'll watch Equaz, and it's Ayrton closely behind. And yeah, I wonder if the 3 in the pits.
Ayrton for pole.
I wonder if the 3 in the pits. Well, Emerson ain't racing for him, is he? I wonder if the 3 in the pits are just doing one run because they were all starting on the softs as well and had to use them in Q2. Now, we mentioned Ayrton earlier, didn't we? It's Mexico. No, it's not Mexico next week, is it? Singapore. Oh, and Equaz invalidated.
He's gone as yet.
Oh, don't crash in the pits. Oh, he nearly lost his wheel coming in the pits as well. It's a strange place to invalidate. And I would say Ayrton being provisional pole, but he's invalidated too here. Let's have a look at Tree Slayer. He's not invalidated, so we're actually going to get 1 time set on this run. Oh, he's a bit wobbly coming out the final corner. It's a 1:30.3. It's a good time there for Tree Slayer. Plotters is going to cross the line, so he's going to be going again. Young Tommy then. Well, he's going to make this a Ferrari 1-2 at the moment then. He's, well, only just though. I think there was a banker lap there for young Tommy.
Yeah.
Dylan crosses the line. He goes up to second at 1:31.0. So our first run, we've only had 3 cars set a time. 4 invalidated and 3 still in the pits. Woods is now out then on the track. I went from 16th to 1st in Austria League 1. Who's double B plays? Is it Crazy Bill? Must be, because I know he went 16th to 1st in League 1. Yeah, Dylan's now on a slow lap, isn't he? So we'll go on board with Sloth again, who's going to be next. He's now coming through sector 3. I wonder if he can get in the 129s. It's looked a good lap from what we've seen from Sloth. He crosses line. It is in the 129s. 129.9 for Sloth there. Incredible time. It's going to take some beating. It's only 4 cut. Oh, Plotters and young Tommy kissing each other on the track. Look, they can't get enough of each other, these two. Be careful, don't give each other a grid penalty, but yeah. Side by side on the track, trying to cuddle each other. Love that. Next is going to be Treeslade. Oh, Treeslade saved up. So he's going to be going for another lap.
Is he on a lap, or is he?
He was on a lap, yeah. I think he bumped into Plotters and thought he'd give him a quick cuddle instead. But yeah, he has. He might have made a mistake somewhere, I presume. Woods is just on an out lap. Plotters is next on a lap, and he's coming into the pits though, so he's not going to do a second lap. We only had, well, 3 proper times so far. We got half the session gone.
Yeah,
Dylan's in the pits. Young Tommy's in the pits too. Equaz is back on an out lap. Ayrton coming in the pits. Jake's in the pits. Plotters come in the pits. Shadows and Equaz are on out laps. So we get to watch Woods' lap because he's the only car that's on a lap at the moment. There we go. That's a better camera view. Every time I try and click to the overhead view, it just shows me that horrible one. The camera mounted on top of the halo. He's lucky not to invalidate there, Woods. Yes, it is Crazyville. Yeah, well, spoiler alert, Crazyville, that has been nominated. That's 16th to first. I mean, that was pretty obvious, that one. Yeah, I think there's 5 nominees for performance of the season for each league. And yeah, that is one of them. 16th to first in Austria. Didn't quite beat Cowie's 20th to first in Austria last year, but then again, it's pretty impossible to be beaten, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think you can do that.
Oh, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Woods can do here, because again, his pace is really good. It's just he seems to slide on nearly every lap somewhere. He's kept it nice through there as well. If he turns 16, there's a common place for it too.
He has had a smoke.
Yeah, he has. Might have fired him up. Yeah. Oh, he's done. It looks a good lap this from Woods. We didn't see the beginning of it, so we didn't see if he lost any time somewhere. But Woods crosses lines at 1:30.9. It gets him ahead of Dylan as well. He's in P3. He's on minus 9 points in the standing, so even this 3rd place would only put him on 6 points if he was to finish there. But he really needs some decent points tonight, Woods. And he'll have time to come back into the pits too and go for another run. His teammate Shadows just comes down into turn 1. Equaz is invalidated his time again. I think he's low on fuel too, so he'll have to come into the pits. And then they only have 1 attempt at it. Talking of only 1 attempt, it looks like Ayrton, Jake and Plotters only get 1 attempt, unless they come out relatively soon and put in a couple of laps worth of fuel. We're now going to watch the other Renault, because he's the only... Oh, Tree Slayer actually. Tree Slayer's invalidated again. So yeah, we're going to watch Shadows, the other Renault. Renault getting a lot of viewing time in Q3. Yeah, both Renaults through the Q3. Both Ferraris are through. Both Williams are through. So there's a few teams with both cars in it. I did get spun off twice, saying Bill. Oh, and that was that in Austria as well. Wow. I think it was a wet race, wasn't it, in League One Austria? I'm not sure, but yeah, that is one nominated for performance of the season. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even know he spun out twice, to be honest. So, well, that'd add to people's thinking if they were to vote for him. And Shadow's got a little bit wobbly there. His teammate's not far in front. He's not going to help him with a Tolo, because I think Woods will be coming into the pits. And he is, by looks at... No, he's not coming. Is he coming to the pits? I think Woods is coming to the pits. And Shadows comes in the pits too. He obviously didn't think that lap was quick enough. So he's going to have to wait in the pits now as well. Hopefully it doesn't cost him time, because he's going to have to wait, isn't he? Because his teammates beat him there. We've got Jake to stay on an out lap. Apart from that, oh, Tommy's on a lap. There we go. We'll watch young Tommy. He is up in... Yeah, he must have made a mistake in sector 1 in his first lap. And watch on board with Tommy this time.
There's going to be a P3 here, I think.
Yeah, I mean, only 4 proper times so far. Tommy will be the 5th one once he sets this time. Yeah, pressure's on everyone, their final run, but yeah, Sloth's done the hard work. He's got in the 129s. That's going to be incredibly hard to beat. Here goes young Tommy then, championship next year. A few people have said that they think he can go straight up again into the Premier League.
I think he can.
this will be a good tester for him, especially if Sheng not racing today. Here goes young Tommy. Last little technical bit, and he does that pretty well. And it's just about clipping his curb on the inside and straightening it up. And he does just about, and he crosses the line. It's a 1:30.1 for young Tommy. And I wonder if he'll do back-to-back laps, because Sloth could be in trouble. Oh, he's backed out of it, young Tommy. Unless he's got time to save up and he's got enough fuel to save up. He's got the time. But I think he's going slow, isn't he? So I don't think he will have the time in the end. Jake the Slayer's next to set his time. He's the only other car on the lap at the moment. The rest are all on out laps apart from Shadders, who's in the pits then. So I'm not and Shadders has just come out of the pit, so he's going to have to race to get to the line. Jake the Slayer then, yet to set a time. Fourth in the standings. Bit of an underrated season where he's had an instant or two, which probably put a shadow on it, but he is fourth in the standings, let's not forget. To get a good podium in Monaco too. Cuts in then onto the straight. DRS open, crosses the line, it is P4, and it was pretty obvious, wasn't it? He's always going to get ahead of that time from Woods. Next up's going to be Equos just to start his lap. Plotters is now down into turn 1. Young Tommy, yeah, you think he might get back in time. You know, he's definitely got the fuel, so we could see Tommy going again. Jake, oh, I think Jake was going again, but he's just invalidated, so that's Jake the Slayer done, which is unfortunate for him, but it's looking good for Ferrari at the moment, isn't it?
Woods is invalidated. Oh, he's on an outlap, sorry.
Woods is just on an outlap, yeah. Both Renaults on an outlap. Dylan's invalidated his time, unfortunately, so he's not going to be improving anymore. He's invalidated in Sector 1 somewhere. He has already got time on the board, though, at least, so he might not be starting last, because there's still a few cars that got a set of time. 4 of them have got... Oh, I'm not sure Shadow's going to make the line here. Well, watch this, because next up... Oh, who's that across the line? It's Tree Slayer.
No, Shadow's not going to
No, it's young Tommy. So young Tommy has made it, so he's going for another lap. And Shadders, he's only got 4 seconds. Unless there's a timing glitch of about 5 seconds, which sometimes there is. Shadders crosses the line, and he does just about get there. So Shadders, he had to use some of his ERS as well, getting to the line. So Shadders is there. Everyone, all 10 cars now on a lap. We know Jake the Slayer is already invalidated though. First up is going to be Dylan in P6 then. And he's invalidated too. Yeah, we knew he's invalidated. So he's not going to have time. Next up is going to be Plotters. Plotters has kept his time validated as well, so he's definitely going to set this time as long as he makes it through the final corner. Make sure he doesn't go 4 wheels wide here as well, because that'll be invalidation. Plotters crosses the line, he's up to P3. Just a 10th off young Tommy. Next up's going to be Equals. What can he do? He's up to P5. That was Jake the Slayer running off into the dirt there. Tree Slayer cuts in then, he's a 10th up. What can he do when he crosses the line? He's up to P2, just ahead of his teammate Tommy, and Mercedes comes in the pits. Sloth is going to be next. Can he extend his advantage to the top? Yes, he can. It's a 1:29.6. That's unbeatable from Sloth. Quality time. Ayrton up to P7. Good time from him as well.
Brilliant, Ayrton. Well done,
young
mate.
Tommy is slightly up on his time. He might get his teammate here. He might get Tree Slayer and start in second. I can't see him getting half a second to beat Sloth here in the final sector, but can he beat his teammate? Can he beat his teammate for the day, Tree Slayer? His teammate last week as well. He crosses the line. He doesn't. He lost time in Sector 3. Woods comes into the pits. Shadders invalidates his time. So we're all done then. It's pole position for I Am Sloth by about half a second to Tree Slayer. Young Tommy 1600ths off Tree Slayer. So it's a Ferrari 2 and 3. Great qualifying for them. We'll have a look through the rest in a second. Yeah, Ferrari's looking really good for them, isn't it? Plotters in 4th then, just a 10th off the Ferraris. Equals a couple of tenths so back, just beating Jake the Slayer to P5. Ayrton's got to be happy with that. P7, I don't think he's ever started that high in the championship. Woods in 8th as well. Dylan 9th, and then Shadders in P10. Unfortunately, couldn't get time together. Yeah, spread out a little bit there, so I think Sloth really pulled it out of the bag, didn't he? Got a lot quicker. Definitely saved some time in the earlier sessions, but no shocks there at all. Although you've got to say it's impressive from Ayrton and Woods to be starting 7th and 8th. Yeah, it'd be good to see what they can do in the race. And of course, in terms of strategy, it is Tommy on the mediums, and I think it was Tommy and Equals. I think are the two that are going to be starting the mediums. Yeah, Jake the Slayer saying he'll take P6 and mess up the S section, so he didn't. Yeah, we went on board just as he came into Sector 2. We thought that's where we lost it and validated. There we go then, into the race. And Irish has left the session. Oh no, we didn't have any of this last week in terms of people leaving just as they join, but hopefully he can join back soon.
Right, here we go.
And he has joined back straight away, but I wonder if it'll let him take control on the formation lap. Hopefully it lets him pick his well, adjust his setup and fuel load as well. I hate it when that happens. It's never happened to me, but I can imagine it doesn't. I suppose it doesn't let you choose how much fuel you put on board the car, because it automatically gives you a couple of laps extra, which I absolutely hate. And we're frozen.
It's frozen yet? Oh, for God's sake. Codemasters. Can you imagine what the state of the game is going to be like with the next season? Start of next season.
Dreading it. Absolutely dreading it.
Right at the end of it.
Is it frozen for you? Oh, here we go. We're just waiting on Fear and Shadows. Why the hell's a stupid game do that? Is anyone ghosting? Is it just Irish? So Liam's, yeah, Liam's. Oh, everyone. Oh no, it's just because people are gone now. There we go. Right, Sloth, Tree Slayer, Tommy, Plotters, Equaz, Ayrton, Jake. Yep, I think everyone's okay. Irish isn't in control of his car, but apart from that, everyone else is. So let's hope that Irish can get back in control of his car. Look at the top. Yeah, no one's on the hard tyres. It's not ideal to touch them around here. He's not got enough grip to get through the S sections without getting penalties or really backing out. The bottom 10 are all on mediums, apart from Irish New Potato. He's starting on the soft, so yeah, he does want to try and saw through that field early on, doesn't he? Yeah, both Haas drivers towards the back. Oh, Bradfield. Where's Bradfield? Oh, he's already been overtaken by Welsh Maldonado. As you know, that is a full quali ban if you put your car on AI in the formation lap, so Bradfield's in trouble. No, don't know what Irish's AI is doing there. He can't be helped by that because he's not been able to take control of his car yet, which is a shame. Hopefully he can before the start of the race. That's going to get everyone's tyres. And look at this from Sloth. And Tommy's got to speed up a bit because he's miles behind. The front two have gone flying on their formation lap. And yeah, Tree Slayer's just about close enough to Sloth. But yeah, Tommy needs to get his skates on as well, because that's not quite 10 cars, but for Tommy. Plotters, yeah, they're really spreading themselves out, aren't they? Equaz, yeah, just about 10 cars up there from Equaz. And the rest are bunched up a lot more, but I don't think Sloth would be too happy. A couple of cars behind him there, really slowing out that formation lap. And Tommy and Equaz at the start could be in trouble because they are starting the mediums. If they can keep cars behind them, that'd be great. Tommy's starting on the mediums course in League One, but he just had too much pace, so he managed to pull away, and that's what won him the race, pulling away early on. Must I held up everyone else for him. So I couldn't get past him. Right, anyway, last couple of cars just rolling into their grid slot. And there we go, we'll wait. That's not the best camera angle. Here we go, that's better. The lights are out. We'll wait for the cars to rev up. And they are revving up now. We're close to the lights out. And here we go then, lights out, and away we go here in USA. It's a great start for that Renault. I think that's Woods and Sloth in trouble here from Tree Slayer. Tree Slayer's on the inside. Woods down into turn one, has spun, and he's hit Tree Slayer as well. There's damage there somewhere. I don't know what on earth Woods was doing there. There's contact, and that McLaren has just spun a Williams, and that's Ayrton. McLaren just went flying to the side, and there's a virtual safety car. Penalties, a collision between Irish and Maldonado. Just seeing McLaren go flying into the side of Ayrton there, and Ayrton's gone down to the bottom. There's damage for that Ferrari. I think that's Tree Slayer too. Woods just dived down the inside to try and take the lead in turn one. I'm not sure what that was about. But yeah, Woods now down to P18. He's ruined a good quali and probably got wing damage from it too. And he's ruined Ruin Tree Slayer's strategy as well, because I think he's giving him wing damage too. But Dylan, hang on a minute. Dylan has gained 6 places up into P3. That's an incredible start from Dylan. It snuck about there, isn't he? Liam's up into P7 as well. Great start for Liam. Cryptic getting past Theo, and Liam fighting out with Jake the Slayer as well. Jake the Slayer's going round the outside. Has he got enough grip? He's on the softer tyres, so he has got enough grip. And Liam's car, I'm not quite sure what's happening there with Liam. Oh, he's clipping Jake the Slayer there. He's now got shatters. It's a lot harder on those medium tyres at the beginning of the race, just struggling for grip. As you can see, Argentina there, he's having to back out as well, just not got the grip in those medium tyres. He had to concede a place to the other McLaren there, McKenty. And McKenty is sliding about. Liam's coming to the pits. Argentina's coming to the pits as well. Sloth sets the fastest lap of the race. Let's see, we'll go back to the tyres. Vintage has got a 3-second penalty for corner cutting already. Not quite sure where that was. But Sloth's already taken over a second from Tommy, and Dylan's looking to get past Tommy. Got 2 League 1 drivers currently sat on the podium. That's incredible. And the only penalty so far, a 5-second for Irish, and I'm not quite sure who else got the other one, but 5 cars in the pits then. So yeah, it was a bit of a messy start, wasn't it? And yeah, Woods has stayed out, so I'm not sure if he's managed to avoid damage. He got a brilliant start, and he got up into close to 3rd, but he just dived down the inside of Tree Slayer and then spun himself. I think as Tree Slayer's got damage, but he is carrying on, so I think he'll just bring it out a couple more laps and then go on to a soft medium strategy, as we can see down the bottom, do a 2-stopper for Tree Slayer. DRS will come into it next lap when they cross the line, and that'll be helpful for Dylan to try and make his strategy work. He has got to get past Tommy, really. Woods using the battering ram 10 technique, saying Tango. Yeah, he got a brilliant start. He just got a bit too excited there. As Irish now gets a 3-second penalty. He's got up to P9, so it's a great start for Irish New Potato, but he has got 8 seconds of penalties. 5 will probably look to get removed. Yeah, well, he had a collision with Welsh Maldonado under the safety car. Under the virtual safety car, I think it was. 5-second penalty from both. Ayrton, such a shame for Ayrton as well, because he's now down in 19th after a brilliant start, a brilliant quali. And yeah, I think he made contact with McLaren. Tree Slayer. He's coming to the pits now, so he can't cope with that damage that he's got. But at least going an extra lap is going to help with going on to the medium soft now a lot more. And he is onto the medium, so that'll be medium soft now for Tree Slayer. And Tommy, yeah, you can see he's just struggling these mediums, and Dylan's going to be closing up for P2. Plotter's close behind as well. Equos is doing a great job in P5, keeping all those soft runners behind. Yeah, the problem is for Tommy is Sloth is pulling away, and Sloth's going to make this, unless he makes big mistakes in this race, Sloth, in terms of penalties and that. And if there's a safety car late on, if he gets lots of penalties, anything can happen. But Sloth again looks strong favourite, doesn't he, at the moment? Have another flick at the position change, but yeah, great start for Shadows, Irish New Potato, McKenty, Cryptic and Bradfield. They've just, I think, overtaken cars that have been involved in collisions and out to pit, as Jake the Slayer and Equals are fighting out. Jake the Slayer gets past because Jake is on the fresher tyres. Well, not fresher tyres, but the softer tyres. Dylan still can't get past Tommy. Red Bull and Ferrari battling it out. And Jake the Slayer's got a couple of seconds to make up to Plotters. He was stuck behind Equos for a while, wasn't he? And look at this. Plotters, he's really got a great chance here, Plotters, to get onto the podium. Woods and Mushroom fighting for P12. Woods has managed to stay ahead for the moment. I don't think anything's going to happen in that battle right away, so we'll go on board with Mushroom. Where's he? He's following Woods, and now coming into the final turn. And Mushroom's getting interested here. He wants to get past Woods as soon as possible. I'm not sure if Woods has got damage or not. I don't know how he hasn't. Because he just went caning into turn 1 and hit into the Ferrari Tree Slayer. You've got a huge gap behind these 16 seconds to the cars at pit. So 7 cars had to pit. Liam's got a 3-second penalty now. And yeah, Woods is really holding up Mushroom here at the moment. Still got that battle for P2 going on as Argentina sets the fastest lap of the race. And Woods gets a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, Sloth isn't really pulling away at the moment from young Tommy. So he might just be saving his tyres if he's just going to do the one-stop Sloth. Which I would do one stop if you got the choice. Woods probably got another warning there for going wide. I think Serious Mushroom's going to get a great chance to get past here. We've got to go further up though, because Dylan on young Tommy's getting a great amount of speed with that DRS. Is he going to go for it around the outside? He's not. He's going to tuck back in though. He'll go again on the straight. I'm sure Irish New Potato getting past Shatters. He does down the inside of the straight in the braking zone. And yeah, a couple of cars just lagging, aren't they, a little bit? But Irish New Potato up in the P7. Mushroom getting past Woods, and he does it on the straight as well. I'm not sure they made contact, but he's got the move done. Yeah, Woods was really holding him up there as well. So Mushroom now can close onto the back of McKenty, Cryptic, Bradfield. That fight there, yeah, McKenty and P9. He's not got damage, but he's fallen behind the cars in front, and Cryptic and Bradfield closing up to him now as well, and then Mushroom will be soon as well. I know Woods might look to get back past Mushroom because he's keeping really close to him, keeping tabs. And look at Dylan, look how close he's getting to Tommy. He goes down the inside into turn 1 and he gets the move done. Is Tommy going to look for the switchback? No, he can't. Not got quite enough speed to go for the switchback. Dylan gets through on the soft tyres. Now he can try and challenge Sloth a bit more. He had to do that, but Tommy won't be happy about that. Both League 1 drivers showing that they have got the potential to be batting out for podiums in the championship when they get there full time next year. Brilliant racing between these two. Plotters sat behind there though, thinking, can these League 1 drivers just move out the way for me? But Plotters is looking very good here. Tommy, don't forget, he's on the medium tyres as well, so he's doing incredibly well just to battle with Lee's on the softs. And yeah, it looks like Plotter's going to get a good tow here, but of course Tommy has got the DRS to defend, help him defend with the car in front. Trise gets a 3-second penalty, and look, it's getting interesting here. Plotter's, oh, he might make a double move if he's not careful. And Dylan's slower in the braking zone, so Plotters couldn't quite go for the move properly, but it's enough to get it done. What I meant by that is that Plotters didn't fully send it, and Liam is in the wall. And I think that's the curb where Bradfield says he can't stand it. And he's got to wait as well. He's got a couple of cars to let through. Ayrton's next. Shatters has left the session. Unfortunately, Shatters has left the session. Big wing damage for Liam as well. Vintage now passes him too. The Shatters has left the session. He's going to fall off the back of Irish, and McKenty and this battle can close back up to him. 3 seconds between the top two. Plotters managed to get past Tommy. I'm sure Plotters is going to try and look to get past Dylan now as well. Dylan did this when I was trying to overtake him as well, constantly getting out on that slipstream. He knows how powerful that slipstream is around here. Getting out on that slipstream. Of course, Plotters can't really follow him because he's got young Tommy just behind, so any mistakes could allow Tommy in here for Plotters, so he's just got to be careful and pick his moment. I think that's going to be on the straight, isn't it? Actually, Dylan's a little bit wobbly for the S section. There's just no room to go side by side for where Shatters is back in his session. I'm not sure if he's back in his car yet. We'll see when he's back in his car, when all the intervals glitch out and we can't see them. But yeah, it's unlike Shatters to be kicked from the session. We've got battles going all over the field. The bottom 7 would really like a safety car. There we go. Shatters must be back in his car. He's not lost any positions, of course. And I think Plotters is in for a great chance of getting Dylan. Dylan must have a pacey setup on though, because look, he's not making it any easier for Plotters, although he's catching up now. He's going to go down the inside. He gets side by side into the braking zone. Dylan's on the outside. He cuts in and they make contact. Has Dylan got out in front? Yes, he has. Dylan is still in front. Plotters trying to swing it around the outside. There's not much grip out there. And is he going to go for it on the inside as well? He has gone for it. And Dylan now on the outside too. Look at them, they're still side by side into turn 16. Plotters on the outside. The Red Bull's on the inside. And look at that. Dylan just about keeps it. Or does he? Because Plotters now on the inside and make contact. And Plotters gets a move done. They both go off the track. And now Tommy's getting interested too. Down the inside of Dylan. Down onto the final corner. They're side by side. DRS for Tommy, but not for Dylan because he was in front of the line, so that's going to allow Tommy to get past Dylan. Down the inside into turn 1 he goes, and he's getting the move done, I think. Or is he? Yes, he is, just about. We've got a good view with Jake the Slayer in front. They're going to go side by side. No, they're not. Dylan keeps the third place, and that's allowed Soft to pull away by a couple more seconds, and Dylan gets a 3-second penalty fighting now as well. Some brilliant battling there. Very aggressive as well, the battling, but of course you've got to be to make some moves in USA at times, because some of it is just incredibly hard. As Woods comes into the pits for the medium tyres, so it looks like a definite 2-stopper from there. Liam gets another 3-second time penalty. It's not going his way today, unfortunately for Liam. Yeah, Dylan's still just about got the DRS from Plotters, but look, he's not got a great toe because he's a bit further back. Tommy then is looking for it on Dylan, isn't he? But Dylan, yeah, he's just about got enough pace. I don't think Tommy's close enough. I know he's not close enough to make a dive down the inside. Dylan got a bit of a lock up though, I think there. So he's not on the best racing line at the moment. I might allow Tommy a chance to switch back at the moment. I'd say these medium tyres are probably now a little bit quicker than these soft tyres. So Tommy will be looking to get back through past Dylan and Plotters to try and close the gap to Sloth, which has been opened up so much by these free fight in the last couple of laps. Getting further down, Bradfield's in 10th, closing up to McKenty as well. McKenty's closing up the back of Shadders. That lag out for Shadders really has put him down into trouble. Irish New Potato's got past Equals at some point, and Jake the Slayer's into the pits. Looks like a two-stopper for him then. New Potato's up to 5th, Equals there, and young Tommy's going... No, he's not going to the inside of Dylan. He's free fighting still though. 3-second penalty again for Irish. I think he's on 11 seconds now, and he is. Again, we don't know if 5 can be removed, as that was a collision under the VSC. And yeah, oh, Dylan cut a lot of that corner there. He got warning for that. He's really struggling now, Dylan. Plotters isn't pulling away though, is he? Plotters not pulling away from these at all. Sloth's not any quicker than these, but I think Sloth's just managing his tyres a bit. Further down the field, Woods catching up to Welsh Maldonado. Of course, Welsh Maldonado, Theo, Argentina all had to pit early, and Shadders gets a 3-second time penalty. And he's really on these soft tyres now, going a lot slower, holding up the cars behind. Equals gets DRS on the mediums. Equals is in a great position here as well, as is young Tommy. Again, he's catching up to, he's quicker than Dylan, but Dylan just got the DRS from Plotters still to keep him in front of Tommy. And Irish New Potato and Equals are going to get interested in this soon. I wonder if anyone else out of these front runners, the top 11 haven't pitted yet. They're the only ones not to have pitted. I wonder if anyone else is going to pit on this lap and pretty much confirm that they're doing a two-stopper, especially with a lot of other drivers doing it towards the bottom of the field. And Dylan stays out. Look how close Tom is. Is he going down the inside? Oh, he make contact. Tommy sort of pushed him past there. And yeah, he's going to have to concede that place. Dylan keeps it. I think Tommy felt he was too close and couldn't follow Dylan, but now he goes down the inside. They both have DRS still, but Tommy's down the inside. He's got a good line here. Dylan's on the outside. I don't think he's got the grip to fight it this time. They're not going to go side by side here, surely. Dylan has to back off, and Tommy gets that P3 back. And now Irish New Potatoes are in DRS range, as is Equals further just behind as well. Shadders in the pits for mediums then. Doubt he'd be able to do 19 laps on them. So I think it might be a two-stopper now. Irish New Potato, look how much he's caught up to Dylan. Look how quickly he's really pushing it, Irish New Potato. Of course, because of that, he's getting more penalties though. But he wants to be pushing through the field, isn't he? And Equals is sat here pretty, isn't he? In a good position, and Bradfield is too. Welsh Maldonado is getting past Theo for P16. They're side by side. That's not a good view. That's not a great place to use ERS there, Theo, for the S's. And look how quickly he's catching up to Welsh Maldonado, but he goes flying off there. And he gets a 30-second penalty. And look, we're missing all the action here. And Dylan and Irish and Equals, I think Equals must have sent it down the inside and got a bit wobbly there, but Equals now side by side with Irish. Bradfield getting past McKenty too, down the straight. It's all go at once here, and Irish New Potato manages to stay in front of Equals, sorry. But Dylan managed to stay in front of both of them, but Dylan has dropped off from Tommy, and Tommy, look, catching up, his best mate Plotters for P2. Look at these two going at it. Tommy's the quickest driver on the track at the moment. As Irish New Potato gets another 3-second penalty. He's not a fan of the track limits around here. I don't think anyone is. Woods getting passed by Woods passing Theo now. Down inside, and Tommy and Plotters are down side by side in turn 1. Plotters gets past there, but he's got a better exit. Oh, are they going to go side by side? Is anyone going to back out? Tommy backs out. I was going to say, I doubt these two would go side by side there, but Tommy's had to back out of it. Plotters keeps the place then for P2. Equals and Irish still catching up, and Bradfield in P7's looking good now. He's past McKenty, but Mushroom's really close onto this battle. Cryptic in 10th. Jake the Slayer's already pitted in 11th, catching up now as well. He's looking good too, Jake, on the freshest tyres, but he's doing a two-stopper. Treesayer unfortunately down 12. His run of a podium in every race he's done in WNR. Looks like it might end, but of course anything can happen yet. He's got a penalty too now. Woods and Theo. Oh, Woods has had a spin. Well, I don't think it's quite a spin, but he's had an off moment, which allowed Theo to get past. And Irish getting past Dylan there on the straight. Is Dylan going to fight it on the outside? Irish manages to make the move up into P4. 14 seconds of penalties over Irish. He doesn't want a safety car because that'll bring him right down to the bottom of the field. But 4.2 between the top two still.
Oh,
And
what?
you've left. You've left.
Error?
Yep. Use another invite. Get back in quick. Get yourself back in quick. Tommy then catching up, and Sloth's in the pits. So Sloth pits on lap 9. Sorry, lap 10, wasn't it? Lap 10 it was. So there we go. Plotters takes the lead. Young Tommy's in second. Is he going to be in second for long though? It looks like he wants to go up the inside of Plotters. Plotters turns in. I think. Oh, it's a good exit. They're side by side yet again. Is anyone going to back off this time? I don't think they are. Plotters does. There we go. Plotters backs off that time. Young Tommy takes the lead of the race. Liam gets another penalty. So now can Tommy pull away on these medium tyres a bit and challenge Sloth? Where is Sloth going to come out? Sloth comes. Bradfield's lost places to McKenty and Mushroom. For some reason, he's still not back in the session. Oh, he's left the party as well, so he must be having proper problems here, Bradfield. Cryptic's in 9th and he's gone wide. Cryptic goes wide for the S's then. Sloth behind now as well. Cryptic really struggling. So Sloth in P10. He's got a bit of traffic to get through as well. Probably connection related problem then for Bradfield as Equos gets past Dylan and easily done the DRS before the braking zone up into P4 for Equos. The medium runner's looking good at the moment then. Liam gets another 3-second penalty. He's quite far back and now he's gone off as well, unfortunately for Liam. He's about to get lapped too. Plotters is over a second behind Tommy, so it's looking good for Tommy here, isn't it? Equos in 4th, Dylan in 5th. Yeah, I think Dylan might have to pit on this lap. He's really struggling now. McKenty ahead of Mushroom and Bradfield's lost a couple of places there as his AI just lets a couple through. Sloth's getting past. Cryptic. So he's made light work of that. Plotters is going to pit now. He's going to come out of the bottom of this train too. Dylan's in the pits too. Yeah, we thought he had to pit. So Irish New Potatoes, the only one left that started on softs out on the track. So you'd think he'd come in at the end of this lap. McKenty's up into 4th then. A safety car now would be really good for some of these medium runners, as Liam's got a 10-second make with corner cut, and yeah, he's now in the pits. Tommy in P1, yeah, Liam has called it a day. Tommy in P1, 2 seconds clear of Irish New Potato. He's done incredibly well to constantly be pushing them, but of course he has been using much of the track possible, and Shadow's getting past Argentina, and Argentina's crashed. Argentina's crashed somewhere. He's got big wing damage too. We know he doesn't like this track. And that's coming out of turn 1. It's a strange. He might have just lost traction there. Unless it was contact with another car. But he's missed it. He's got to do a whole lap now with that wing damage. Argentina. Such a shame for him. Dylan's got another 3-second penalty. Plotters did come out at the bottom of that field as well. So he's on mediums to the end now. He's between him and Sloth, isn't it? But young Tommy and Equos even could really throw a spanner in the works on the opposite strategy. Yeah, Bradfield's still not back in the session, so I don't know what's going on there with him. Welsh Maldonado getting past Argentina, then obviously he's got that damage, isn't he? Welsh Maldonado's going to get DRS here as well. Still no safety car, or VS, well we had a VSC didn't we, but still no safety car, so these runners down the back not being able to close up. Tommy stays out, yeah, Tommy will probably go to lap 16 at least. McKenty pits. That's early. So I think that's a 2-stopper. Sloth does the fastest lap of the race on the medium tyres. I think I'll be soft now to the end for McKenty. Maybe felt he couldn't go a few more laps on those tyres and didn't want to stretch it. Plotters and Bradfield, or Bradfield's AI passes anyway. Tree Slayer then in 9th. Yeah, I'm sat here all by myself now. I'm not sure what's happened to Bradfield. But he's now getting passed by Tree Slayer. McKenty in the pits. Where's he come out? He's going to come out in P13. Argentina just comes into the pits and yeah, it's not been a good race for him, is it, so far? We know he doesn't like USA. I think it's 21 seconds of penalties he got last season when he was racing here, but everyone has their bad tracks, as we know. Yeah, Sloth's got to be careful he doesn't use all the life out of these medium tyres, because Tommy's going to pit in a few laps. He's pulling up on him quickly. So yeah, the soft medium, if you can pull away early on, and it really makes a big difference, as Jake Lestay is getting past Cryptic Alibi there. Yeah, Jake's done really well too. Yeah, Jake's obviously undercut Plotters here. But, yeah, got to think Jake's going to be pitting again at some point, because I doubt he'll be able to do 19 laps on the mediums. I think that just is a bit too much of a stretch. I think, it's possible if you really look after your tyres and you're really sensible. But it's unlikely, as Dylan's now ghosting through his teammate. Plotter's in 7th, catching up to Cryptic, and Irish New Potato pits then. Irish New Potato comes in the pits. He'll have to serve that 5-second penalty here as well. But of course, if there's no safety car, well, depending on the circumstances, that can be removed at the end. But nonetheless, he's got another 9 seconds of penalties as it is. So he's going to be on those medium tyres to the end now. The top two, both be on the medium since the end of the race and start of the race. Mushroom sets the fastest up on those fresh soft tyres he's just put on. In P11 now as well. It's about the halfway mark of this race, and Young Tommy's in the lead. Equals second. Sloth, who's already pitted, in third. Jake in fourth, who's already pitted. Cryptic doing well in fifth as well. The top two will be wanting a safety car now, wouldn't they? Even the next, well, maybe not now, but the next lap, the next 2 laps, and they can put the softs on, get a cheaper pit stop. And they've got no penalties either, the top two. So, yeah, the penalties actually, I know you might see there's quite a lot. It's about 10, there's 10 with penalties. I'm surprised it's not worse than that. Cryptic starting to struggle on these tyres, just been passed easily there by Plotters. Plotters have the DRS here too. Woods gets another 3-second penalty. Yeah, Tree Slayer's definitely going to have to pit before the end of the race. Everyone in the bottom, or maybe not Argentina, but everyone else in the bottom 6 are going to have to. Midfield's pretty, the midfield, well, from about 4th down to 13th is all pretty compact, isn't it? But the rest of the field is spread out a little bit towards the back, and the top few, yeah, Tommy and Equos staying out, and they're going to have to for at least one more lap. You might see them come in next lap, maybe on lap 16. Irish getting through up into P12. Doesn't sound like a Codemaster over Bradfield then. It's weird how it chucked him out of the game first and then the party after, so it's like an internet related issue. And Woods again just going wide, isn't he? Theo manages to get past. Good quality for them both. And Ayrton in 17th, but it's not gone well for him in the race as Mushroom's getting past Shatters down the inside into turn 1. Theo gets a 3-second penalty now as well. Yeah, like I say, I think Ayrton was involved in a collision with McLaren in turn 1. As McKenty's now got a 3-second penalty. He's got so much more grip than Shatters at the moment, hasn't he? He just can't get through. And then having to readjust his line because he's having to slow down for Shatters. He's getting penalties because of it. And he's probably got another warning there as well. And yeah, Shatters' connection is really poor tonight, isn't it? It's showing again as Tree Slayer. I think Tree Slayer's just done the same thing to Cryptic, hasn't he? Like Plotters did. Overtake them. Yeah, and still got the DRS. And there we go, Shatters has just got DRS from Mushroom still, so that's not going to help McKenty, especially because he's out of ERS. Will he go for a dive though, McKenty? He's close enough if he wants to, but no, he just sticks behind Shatters. He's going to be patient and bide his time on the 2-stop alone, McKenty, so he does need to push these tyres and try and get past as quickly as he can. Will he go for a slingshot move here? No, he's a bit too far back this time. Theo and Woods are having a great battle. The whole race have been battling so far. Theo and Woods down to P15 albeit, but still good to see. And Equals comes in the pits, but Tommy's staying out another laps. Equals in, that's going to be softs to the end. And again, it'll be a struggle the last couple of laps, but it definitely is doable. It'll be interesting to see where he comes out. He's on for some great points here tonight, Equals. And Dylan on Cryptic Alibi goes down the inside. Dylan's going to the end on these tyres as well. Again, Dylan's on for some brilliant points here. He's up into P6, going to the end. Got that 3-second penalty though. Yeah, it could be P6, possibly with Tree Slayer and Cryptic Alibi. I'm not quite sure what that line's about. And Woods, I think, spun coming onto the straight. And he has, yeah, he's spun coming onto the straight. Not sure if that was contact with Theo or not. He might want to move that car, and he has. Yeah, he's got to calm it down. Has he got damage? I'm not sure if he has. It's not the best camera angle to tell. I think there's an end plate missing on that right side from that camera angle, is all I can see. Oh, what a rubbish camera angle. I don't want to see that. Ayrton gets a 3-second penalty. And Woods just driving off the track, so that vintage pass, not quite sure what Woods is doing, but yeah, he has got end plate damage. Mushroom's getting past Cryptic Alibi, and further back McKenty's getting past Shadows, and Woods has just retired the car on the track. Don't know what that's about. Yep, on night, Bradfield saying he needs an invite, he got plenty. Equos gets past Shadows, he's in P10. And there we go. Over it gets past. McKenty's in P8 as well. Don't know why Bradfield's not joined the party back. But if he looks at his notifications, he'll have invites. And yeah, Tommy pits then. So Tommy's in the pits. Woods has left the session. Yeah, Woods is done. Once Tommy comes out of the pits, we'll get Bradfield another invite. But his Ghost is staying out, I think. Yeah, his Ghost car. Is it coming in this lap? No, it's not. So his car's staying out. Mushroom in 6th is doing good, but of course he has still got to pit. Tommy's come out into a bit of traffic. He'd like to come out just before this train, but he's on fresh softs now to the end. McKenty's just behind. Did well to come out in front of McKenty too, who gets another 3-second penalty, as is Equals, as is Irish. So Equals now has a 3-second penalty. And yeah, they're just following this battle, aren't they? It's so easy. The car in front does it, and you do it as well. Yeah, Bradfield's saying invite. He should have him. I quickly sent him another one, but we only have to do is 3 of them. Everyone has loads of invites. He's not joined the party yet. Quickly get him one, wherever he is. There we go. We see Irish new potato close up the back of Shadders. Doesn't even need his ERS because he's got DRS activated. Comfortably gets the move done. And Tommy on Mushroom as well. Tommy's got some incredible pace, hasn't he? I think he's looking good for a podium here with the cars in front on older mediums. Tree Slayer's a great stint from Tree Slayer. He's just got to do a couple more laps on these old mediums, and then, well, he can pit now actually if he wants to go on softs to the end. But those medium tyres can definitely do a couple more laps if he wants to save more fresh tyres for the end of the race. And look at Tommy closing up on Dylan. These two doing battle again. Here goes Tommy then, DRS, but again, as was the case earlier on, Dylan's got DRS in front, but I think Tommy's just got a bit too much pace this time round, and he's got to be careful, Tommy, because he's late on the brakes, and it's very lucky that was his teammate that was there, because he would have gone flying into him if he didn't move out of the way. But Tree Slayer obviously beating Tommy's teammate, moved out of the way for him, just as well, but now Tommy's in clear air as well, so he's got to close up to Jake the Slayer. And Tommy's just got a 3-second penalty. Just see it go flying over that curb. Tommy's got a 3-second penalty now. He's 10 seconds off Sloth in the lead. Well, actually, he's about 11. But now with that 3 seconds, he wouldn't have caught him anyway by the looks of it. But he is catching. So if Sloth got a penalty instead of Tommy, then it would have made it interesting. But it's gone the other way, unfortunately. Tommy getting the penalty. So Sloth's just keeping it calm and composed, isn't he? I don't even think Sloth's pushing it to the maximum. I think he's just making sure he doesn't get any penalties. Talking of penalties, Welsh Maldonado's got one now. There's only 6 drivers that haven't got penalties. Bradfield's still not back in the session. I've literally just sent him one. I don't know why his car's come in the pits, and Dylan's getting passed by Tree Slayer now as well. They're side by side. Tree Slayer on the outside. He's doing so well to battle him with 14 lap old mediums. He swings it on the outside. I wonder if Tree Slayer will be in the pits this lap, because he's got Mushroom and McKenty just behind now, who we think have still got to stop again as well. Tree Slayer does come in the pits then, and Mushroom's come in the pits too then. That's a bit early for Mushroom on this stint, but I think he just wants to get out of this traffic, Mushroom. It's pointless using these fresh softs if you can't get past anyone. Talking of getting past, here goes Equals down the inside of McKenty, down into turn 1. And he gets the move done. Will McKenty go for a switchback? I don't think he's got enough. Equals takes P6 then. Tree Slayer, Mushroom in the pits. 4 fresh softs. Cryptic's going to pass them both. And he sets fastest lap as well. Now we can try and close up to Shadders as well. It's battle for P5. Looking good. We'll get back with it when it's on the straight. Or try sending Bradfield one more invite. But like I say, if he joined the party, it'd be much easier for me to send an invite. I managed to get one at long last. Jake the Slayer being caught by Tommy now. Tommy's not quite got DRS. Here goes Equals then on Dylan. Dylan's starting to lose a couple of places now, isn't he? And there we go, Equals. He does, well, he surprised me there, but he's going to go to the other side. Dylan's later on the braking. Oh, this is for position. They're both going to the end. Bradfield has joined back. And there we go, Equals up into P5 now. Gets another place done. Can Jake the Slayer go to the end? I don't think he can, but the top 2 definitely can. Tommy will be looking to get past Jake the Slayer as soon as he can, so he can go and challenge plotters. Theo gets a 3-second time penalty. Still have had no safety car. Both DNFs have been cars retiring by themselves. And no huge crash. We've had bits of damage, haven't we? We've had But again, no big crashes, no safety car, and a good quality race. Couple of bumps and scrapes. Is he going to send it here, Tommy? No, he's not. He's being patient, biding his time. He's got that 3-second penalty though, isn't he? So he'll want to get past Jake and Plotters as soon as he can, because not only has he got to get past him, he's got to pull 3 seconds out on him as well. Wonder if Ayrton's going to try and go to the end on the hard tyres. Look at the pace advantage Tommy's got though. He's just flying it through the corners so much quicker than Jake can on those old medium tyres that'll not quite be crying at him yet, Jake, but they will do in a couple of laps, and he won't have much grip out of them anymore. I wonder if Tommy goes down. Is that rain? Is that rain? Or is that my eyes? That's drops of rain. Sure it is. I said rain 45 minutes into qualifying as Treese gets a penalty now. Tommy gets past Jake the Slayer then, as we see, down into braking zone and straight for P3. Now he's got Plotters to catch up to. We still can't see our time. There's obviously Bradfield's joined back in the session. Down to P16 then. And it is raining. They said it was raining 45 minutes into qualifying. Didn't think they said the race. But there we go. We have got rainers. That really does make things interesting. Again, are we going for it last week? Is it going to... Bradfield's passing Theo then, or is he... It's not... There we go. Bradfield gets a much better exit, but Theo's going to have the DRS then, because he was behind. And Bradfield's just got more pace in his setup, but Theo's got too much, hasn't he? In terms of the DRS, and there we go. Bradfield on the outside though. Manages to hold that place. Good defending there from Bradfield. And now Theo's going to have a look, isn't he? He's going to go around the inside. It's new softs for Jake to say, so he's just pitted for fresh softs, so maybe it's not going to be heavy enough for intermediate tyres, and I hope they don't lock wheels there, Bradfield and Theo. Well, that could have been catastrophic. This is for P16 we're watching here as well. Jake the Slayer comes out the pits just behind Tree Slayer. He won't be happy with that, because he won't be getting past Tree Slayer in a hurry. He really would have wanted to come out in front of him. Yeah, I wonder if people are just waiting, and some of the drivers I don't know what Jake did there. He just forgot to turn. Oh no, it was a lag. No, it's flown him further forward. Strange one that. Codemaster's doing all sorts of things today. But Jake the Slayer is in a good place if we get a safety car, because everyone in front, apart from the top two, have got penalties. Talking the top two. Or nearly not the top two for much longer, because Tommy on Plotters got a bit wobbly though, Tommy. And that rain's getting heavier, isn't it? And look, it's just not quite got the grip anymore. Jake the Slayer getting past Tree Slayer. He's done it. Good move there from Jake the Slayer. I thought it'd be difficult for him to get past Tree Slayer, and he's done it relatively early. This is going to get interesting though, with the rain. And young Tommy then, he goes to the outside of Plotters. He's going to swoop back in. His Plotters going to fight on the inside. They nearly make contact. And Argentina is fighting now with Theo and Bradfield. This is a good battle we got going on here. Bradfield seems to have got the better of it at the moment, and Theo's going down the inside of Argentina as well. Argentina looking for a cutback, makes contact with the back of Theo, and Jake the Slayer and Cryptic Alibi fighting for P9. Jake the Slayer gets a move done down the inside. Plotter's already a second or more behind Tommy. We could see a few spins now, because these conditions do not, and yeah, look at the cars going off the track as well. These conditions are not the best for this track, and Tree Slayer and Cryptic fighting out, and Tree Slayer, Cryptic's getting a bit aggressive there and defending. Made contact a couple of times. Tree Slayer's nice and patient there though, gets a good exit. I wonder if he'll go for it down the inside before the DRS zone. He's going for it around the outside. He'll be able to swoop back in. He'll have so much more pace on the straight. He's already passing from swooping back in. Now he gets the DRS as well. Look at him here. He'll just start to pull away as that DRS is open. There we go, and he does it. Great move there from Tree Slayer up into P10. Cryptic's got to watch out for Mushroom close behind now. It is really between that top 12, because everyone else has had to pit a couple of times or have had a problem in the race. So 14 seconds between 12th and 13th. Mackenzie, Irish New Potato, right in the back of Dylan now. Yeah, this track is bad enough in dry conditions, but in these conditions this is horrible. Japan last week was like this, wasn't it? For pretty much the whole race. And another horrible track. USA is coming in bucket loads, isn't it? When it rains, it pours. And now Mackenzie closing up to Dylan. So yeah, Dylan is still P5's incredible, but on these medium tyres, not quite had much. Ooh, Mackenzie just saving it. Mushroom getting past Cryptic for P12. Yeah, Dylan's not quite had the same pace as he had in the first stint. But even still, even if these two cars get past, P7's good achievement for Dylan. Strong pace in this league. And Tommy's really closed up to Sloth, hasn't he? And this is what I meant earlier. If it was Sloth that had that 3-second penalty and not Tommy, then the gap would be 1.6, but because it's Tommy of the penalty, it's actually 7.6. Irish New Potato is really close to McKenty. I wonder if McKenty... I don't think McKenty's even going to have DRS here. Oh, and he's had a wobbly entry onto the straight as well. I think Irish New Potato is in a good position here to get past McKenty. No, McKenty doesn't have DRS. Not close enough for a slipstream either. Irish goes down the inside and he's going to get his move done pretty comfortably. The other Mercedes making an identical move a few seconds further back as well. Good 10 seconds there for the Mercedes team, gaining a couple of positions. They're now in 6th and 8th. Tommy's now 3.7 seconds off Sloth. He's really closing up to it, isn't he? And Plotters with no penalties, comfortably holding that P3 at the moment. It's just about avoiding mistakes now, isn't it? I think the same for Sloth. Oh, and Plotters, I've got a bit wobbly. He's coming in the pits. Plotters is in the pits. He must be going for inters, surely, otherwise he'd be going to the end. He must be going for inters then. Plotters just pits from P2. He comfortably had P2. And now he's going in for inters. And McKenty's getting back past Irish New Potato. That's because McKenty's in the pits. Following Plotters. Yeah, they're going to the inters. Plotters is on the inters. This could be a masterclass call here from Plotters. If it comes up saying DRS enabled on this lap, and we have a yellow flag, because who's that? Cryptic's hit the wall, come into the pits. Shadow's in the pits too. So if it starts saying DRS enabled now and it starts getting too wet, then they could, and Bradfield's lost it. I think it's time. If they start struggling on this lap, this could be a masterclass from Plotters. We've got yellow flags in all 3 sectors at the moment. There we go, back to green everywhere. I'm not quite sure what happened everywhere there. Sloth knows he's in trouble. DRS is disabled. We're going to the inters. Sloth could be in trouble here. So could Tommy, because Plotters is going to go quicker than everyone else at the moment. He is quicker. He's catching up to all the cars on the softer tyres. This was a brilliant call for Plotters and everyone else that went to the inters, but I'm saying Plotters in particular because he's the one challenging at the top. These are going to have to pit at the top as well. Tommy's going to have more grip than Sloth at the moment. How quick are they on wets? We know Tommy's incredible in the wet conditions, so can he close up even more to Sloth? He's within 2 seconds. If Sloth gets a penalty, this could be really interesting. And Argentina's got another 3-second penalty. Everyone's going to have to come in the pit this lap then. And we have a yellow flag, and that's for Theo in P14. He's lost it somewhere. He's not got damage though. Sloth stays out. He did this last week, didn't he? This is how he won last week in Japan. He stayed out, didn't he, in the wet conditions for the last few laps, when it really was finally time for the intermediate tyres. Sloth stayed out. This is his game. If he can do this back-to-back weeks, this would be incredible from Sloth. But Tommy's in the pits, Equaz is in the pits, Dylan's in the pits, Irish New Potato's in the pits, Jake the Slayer is staying out. I presume his mind was made up for him by the fact that his teammate came into the pits just in front of him. So Jake stays out. He's now in P3, and he's got a big advantage up to Plotters, who's in P4, a good few seconds. This is the gap you really want to look out for to see what the tyres are like. But Sloth is in the lead. Obviously yet to pit. I don't think he's going to be able to. He can't pit now anyway. He's made his mind up. He's got to go to the end now. Sloth. He pits now, he's going to come out at least. Well, he won't be coming out in the lead, and he won't win the race if he pits now. He's got to go to the end like this now, and I think he's going to struggle. I don't think the conditions are quite the same as Japan. I think Tommy might be favourite for this race now. Plotters in P4. He actually lost time by pitting a lap earlier. He's behind Jake the Slayer here. I think he's going to make pretty light work of this with Jake being on the soft tyres. I'm not sure he's going to do it on the straight though. He's just about close enough. Yeah, he is. Plotter's going to get back into P3. And we have a yellow flag, and it's for a racing point, and it must be Cryptic Alibi, and it is, and he's spinning round. Got no wing damage though. Can a VSC here, for that instance, save Sloth so he can pit? No, it can't. There's no green flag. I'll say if there was a safety car there, or a virtual safety car, Sloth could then cut his losses and come in the pits. He is coming in the pits off. He's conceding this. He's having to concede pretty much the win, possibly, to young Tommy, possibly even a space on the podium to Plotters. He realised pretty quickly that this is not the same conditions as Japan. He saw how much Tommy was catching. Track's just getting wetter and wetter, and look at this. Young Tommy takes the lead of the USA Grand Prix. Will Plotters take second from Sloth as well? Williams' garage is right at the end of the pit lane, but Plotters is going to take it. Jake the Slayer's got a 5-second penalty. I think he missed the pits, Jake the Slayer. I think he just missed the pits, and now he's got to go around again. So he's in P5. Sloth comes out and in as he's 4 seconds off Plotters. He'll be open for a safety car on his lap. He's got a horrible gearbox glitch as well, unfortunately. But Sloth in third, 4.4 off Plotters. Colder tyres as well, but wouldn't put it past him catching up as well. Yeah, mistake from Sloth there not to pit. McKenty's up into P5. He's had a cracker of a race, McKenty. He's on some more really good points. He likes to finish 5th. I think he has quite a few times, 5th and 6th this season and last season. Mercedes 6th and 7th, but I can't see Jake the Slayer staying 6th. I can't see him staying in the points, to be honest. Yeah, this Dylan down in P10, unfortunately. Yeah, he could have been a lot more at one stage, but Shadows is looking incredibly good. Let's have a look at the penalties. Shadows, I've jinxed that. He's on 6 seconds now. Irish has got 12, of course. McKenty's got 15 seconds of penalties. The top 4 have been brilliant. Their penalties very low as well. Irish now getting past his teammate, letting him past. Serious Mushrooms in a great spot here because everyone in front has got loads of penalties. Let me work this out quickly. Mushroom could be on for 5th. If Mushroom gets a little bit closer even, Mushroom could get 5th here with the amount of penalties everyone else has got. 15 for McKenty, 12 for Irish. Jake the Sayer's got 5, but I can't see him even finishing the points with those soft tyres on. There we go, he's getting past now. He's just going to have to move out of the way. Tree Slayer's got 6. Dylan's got 9 seconds of penalties. Jake the Slayer's just got to come in the pits. It's pointless trying to go to the end. I know there's only, what, 1 lap, well, 2 laps left. But he's going to end up crashing. Dylan now gets past him too. Mushroom's next to get past him. Mushroom just needs to avoid getting penalties and stay within this range, and he could be on for P5 here. If not, I'm sure it will be P6. So Mushroom does get into the points on the track as well. Welsh Marinado off at instant the start. Done really well just to keep her head down. She's going to take P11 possibly. Depends how quick Jake is saying get out of the pits. Ayrton, Argentina, Cryptic, Bradfield, Theo, Vintage all down the back as well. Yellow flag. It's for McKenty. McKenty's lost it. From P5, we're just saying how well he's been doing. But he's lost it now. Down into P8, and of course with those penalties he's got, I think it'll only be 1 point now for him. He's got to get his head down though, because at the end of the day, a point's a point. He's taking a lot of that curb as well. There's a huge gap between 10th and 11th, so he's still pretty good. Looking pretty good for a point, isn't he? Of course, with the penalties he's got, he might not know how far back P11 is, so might not know that at this stage. But and Sloth has closed up. He's 3.2 behind Plotters. Plotters has got a 3-second penalty now, so he only needs a couple more attempts and avoid getting another penalty to take P2. Shadows in P6. Tree Slayer 7th. They're going to gain a position from Irish as well because the amount of penalties he's got at the moment. So 5th place is on here for Shadows if he can keep Tree Slayer behind. Even still, P6 for Shadows, being credible, back to his best. Got through to Q3 as well. It's been a brilliant race so far from Shadows. McKenty going side by side with Dylan. They bang wheels. And McKenty's going to have the outside here. And Dylan does back off. They nearly made contact. Yellow flag. I'm not quite sure what for. There's nothing going on. But Sloth's 2.6 off Plotters now. And I think Sloth now looks favourite for the podium as young Tommy starts. Well, he started it about 20 seconds ago, but started the final lap of this American Grand Prix at the Circuit of the Americas. He won in League One. Is he about to win in the championship as well? He's just got to avoid any mistakes on this final lap, young Tommy. In the championship next season, as we mentioned earlier on, a couple of people have said he could be challenging to go straight up to the Premier League. Not only that, he could be challenging for the title, because look at this, it's been a masterclass from Tommy. He's been quick on the mediums, quick on the softs, quick on the inters, read the strategy to perfection, taken the lead. Racing has been incredible, And he deserves this if he gets it. Of course, he got P2 in the Premier League as well, didn't he? In Azerbaijan when he reserved. He's just improved so much this season, young Tommy. He's got one more sector to go. Welsh Marinari, it's another penalty. And yeah, I think Serious Mushroom could get P5 here. He's looking incredibly good. Welsh Marinari struggling through sector 1. We just see get another penalty. Tree Slayer's getting past Shadows. Let's not forget about that battle. So it looks like Tree Slayer might take that P6. And we have a yellow flag, and that is 4. I think it's just a racing point. Getting out of the way of this man. Here he is, one more corner to go. He keeps it together. Young Tommy wins the American Grand Prix for the 2nd time today. Absolutely incredible. Takes P1 yet again, this time in the championship. This will mean more, I'm sure. Plotter's in P2. I think Sloth's going to take it. Sloth does take it, and he'll be disappointed he got the strategy wrong. He played it to perfection last week, but even still P2. Brilliant for Sloth for his 2 title rivals, not even scoring points today. Equos in 4th. Quality race from Equos. Irish Potato's got so many penalties though, so he'll fall down. Tree Slayer crosses line, takes 5th. Shatters. Oh, Shatters. Has it given him... I think it's given him time there, Shatters. Mushroom goes up to 6th then. Just misses out from Tree Slayer. Shatters is 7th. Shatters only had 6 seconds. Shatters is 7th. It's given him an extra time penalty. Dylan takes 9th. McKenty does take 10th. He got his head down after that spin. He'll be disappointed with that. And young Tommy, right, he says, yo, in the comments. Well, that was something saying Tree Slayer. Oh, it really was. Young Tommy, League 1 reserve winning. Yeah, Shatters is ahead of Irish New Potato. He got given a timing glitch at the end because he got kicked from the session earlier on. And Theo gets another penalty. Yeah, it's such a shame. We had a good few instants, didn't we, in the beginning of the race, and it ruined a few towards the end. Oh, big car crash again towards the end. Yeah, Vintage didn't see anything really Vintage there. He had his own race towards the back, didn't he? But went too far off in the end. And then Cryptic. He did have a couple of spins towards the end of the race too. Young Tommy takes a win. Sloth 2nd, Plotter's 3rd. Great points for Ferrari and AlphaTauri today. Yeah, Shadows only got glitched. Yeah, we just said he's ahead of Irish. He's ahead of Irish. Yeah, driver of the day, Serious Mushroom. Not surprised by that at all. No penalties, and that's what got Mushroom right up into the points. Yeah, unfortunately for Shadows, he not just behind Tree Slayer, but he is behind Mushroom because Mushroom had no penalties, but it's still P7 for Shadows. He'll go ahead of Irish New Potato after that glitch. Shadows had 6 seconds, Mushroom, so yeah, it was the same as Tree Slayer, and he was about 1.2 behind Tree Slayer, so yeah, Mushroom will keep that P6. Shadows will go up to P7. I made sure I kept my eye on that because I knew it would do it. Irish New Potato taking P8. Yeah, even still, P5 for Tree Slayer after that. Having to pit early. The top 5, finished the top 5 as well. Brilliant effort from Tree Slayer still. Great recovery drive. Tommy, what a win. What a win for Tommy. Who gets fastest lap as well? Fastest lap goes to Cryptic Alibi. So there we go. He gets another important point for him. Weren't racing points today in terms of the race today. Dylan again, strong performance. Could have been more for him, I'm sure. Solid race. So the top 4, they were quite far in front in the end, but no safety car. Again, incredible for a track like this. No safety car all day. Pre-race Tommy favouritism, saying Serious Mushroom. Yeah, he was definitely. Bradfield was saying, wasn't he? He's one of the favourites, but he's done incredibly well, Tommy, to win 2. It must be draining as well doing 2 races, and he's come through it absolutely brilliantly. A great race pace. Should have just done a 1-stop zone for the moments. Yeah, he was on the soft tyres for so long, wasn't he? Oh, I thought the lobby glitched then. Who breaks for the S's, saying Becca? Well, personally I don't, but sure I was 5th, saying Mushroom. Yeah, Tree Slayer just managed to get in front. I think 0.072. I think it was. As he crossed the line, even still, I think that's Mushroom's best finish in the championship. And Dylan was holding Mushroom up, he's saying as well. Young Tommy's an absolute shock, he can't believe it. Equals very happy with his performance as well, really solid drive again. Been incredibly consistent this season as well, hasn't he? Oh, Premier League tomorrow then. Yeah, we're going to see some more Tommy, some more Dylan. They'll both be. Can Tommy make it hat-trick tomorrow? Denzo's not racing tomorrow. No Vice Shane today, no Denzo tomorrow. Wonder if young Tommy can make it a hat-trick. Pressure's on him now. He said he's sweating like hell, but sure he will be tomorrow night as well. Yeah, I think there's a couple of spaces still for the Premier League as well, so I think we've got 18. There's quite a lot racing. But if anyone fancies joining us not already in, then let us know when you can get in for the Premier League tomorrow. Don't say that, saying Tommy. Yeah, Ayrton saying unlucky streak continue. Yeah, I think Ayrton, we saw lap 1 made contact with McLaren, didn't he, Ayrton? Right at the beginning of the race, but yeah, Bradfield's just joined us back in the party. A bit late now, but anyway, we won't jinx it, Tommy, don't worry. If anyone wants to race tomorrow that's not already, give us a message and then we'll get you in. But thank you all for watching. Quality race again, no safety car, no big crash on the track was there, so well done to you all. See you tomorrow for the Premier League, and then next week for the Championship it's going to be Singapore. Thank you all for watching. See you later.